Great, how's it guys? I wanted to record this short video clip because I'm preaching in Adelaide in Australia today at a friend's church. The couple who lead it are Darren and Rebecca Prosser, and they planted a church about 3 or 4 years ago, so it's a huge privilege for me to be visiting them. Gavin Reardon and Ian Jordan are also with me on this trip, and this coming week we're going to be in Adelaide attending a time of, I guess, mentoring would be the best way to describe it, with Dudley Daniel, the man who founded NCMI, which is the group that our church works with around the world. And then next week we're going to be attending the Hillsong Conference in Sydney, and I'm really trusting that God just enlarges my heart. I'm looking forward to the input and seeing something completely different, and look forward to seeing you on my return. This week, Sunday, we are kicking off a series through the book of Psalms. So it's going to be running for 4 weeks. And I wanted to just do a brief intro to the book before handing over to the preachers for today, Dusty in the morning and Aki at our evening meeting. Before I do that, just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody that got involved in the Nation Changes a month, that have signed up for our 51 projects. I've been so excited to see what God has done. And as we as a staff and a team have been going through and processing all of those activities, I've just been blown away by your generosity with your time, with our finances. Thank you so much to everybody that's contributing. The series that we're starting is in the book of Psalms. Now, Psalms is a long book. There are 150 chapters altogether, 150 Psalms, and it's basically a collection of poems, prayers, and songs that were written over many years, but were collected together in this one book. About half of the Psalms, 79 of them to be exact, were written by David. 50 of the Psalms, a third of them, are anonymous, and then the rest are spread amongst a number of different authors. At the beginning of each Psalm you can look and it will tell you there who wrote it, if we know who the author was. Out of the total books in the Bible, there are 1,189 chapters, and the Psalms are 150 of those chapters, which means 1 in 8 chapters in the Bible is a Psalm. The book of Psalms includes the longest chapter, Psalm 119, as well as the shortest chapter in the Bible, Psalm 117. What's quite interesting about the Psalms is that if you look at the beginning of book 1, it says, of Psalm 1, it says book 1, and then in Psalm 43 it says book 2, and altogether there's actually 5 books within Psalms. You might not have noticed that, but if you read through the Psalms, you'll pick it up. What's interesting about that is that the 5 books in the Psalms mirror the 5 books in the Torah. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy were the first 5 books of the Bible, and they were books of law. And in the Psalms, we have the books of poetry and the books of prayer. It's quite important to realize that the Psalms are that. It's a book of prayer and it's a book of poems. It's a book that is such a beloved book because it enables us to see true human emotion expressed. You see in the book of Psalms anger, you see frustration, you see tears, you see joy, and you see love. Psalms is probably the most emotive book in the Bible. And in the next 4 Sundays, we're covering these topics: how to pray our tears, how to pray our fears, how to pray our guilt, and fourthly, how to pray the gospel. We're going to be picking on a psalm each week to see these themes and unpack them. What we've done on top of this, and I want to thank Carolyn for her help in putting this together, is we've done a devotional. This is available on our website. It's available on the mobile app. And what it is, it's 20 psalms that we've picked for 5 days in each of these next 4 weeks. So if you started tomorrow, there'd be a devotional, and tomorrow's devotional is called Praying Our Inattention, and it looks at Psalm 1. And we've picked 20 psalms so that over the next 4 weeks, wherever you are, if you're on holiday or if you're back here in Hillcrest, it's a devotional aid to help us in reading 20 of these psalms over the next 4 weeks. I trust that as we dive into these psalms, that not only here on Sundays, but as you go home during the week, you'll pick up on some of these themes, pick up on some of the psalms, and use them to help us deepen our prayer life, to help us look to God, and to express the emotion that comes when we live a life of faith. God bless.